Everyone, welcome back to Roma Heritage. Today we're gonna do a match reaction to AS Roma vs Bologna. Um, so a win, a very important win, a big result for us. You know, Bologna, although they are not in the top of the Serie A, they are very good and solid and dangerous and constructed and organized side. Right now they're a very good team. Of course, won the Coppa Italia last season. They were very hungry to win, and we managed to beat them, which is, of course, it was a home game, but still a big result and an important result. Um, so let's talk about the players and the things. So let's start from the defense. The defense was brilliant, in my opinion. Ndika controlled the defense, talked to the Svilar and to other defenders, players. When I see him and when I watch him, when there is chaos on the pitch and dangerous attacks from the opposition, he somehow managed to approach the problem with a very clean technique. He doing everything so clean, like he really defended very good. He really managed to do that in a really good and clean way, in my opinion. At least, let's say if one is let's do a scale between 1 and 10. 10 is the 10 out of 10 performance, 1 is the lowest, 6 is the average. In my opinion, Svilar is an easy 7. Mancini also 7. They both really help us during the game. Let's say that if we talk about possession, we had more, but of course we had a lot of passes to the backs and the safe passes instead of the risky passes. But if we talk about, let's say, relation between the club, between the two sides, between the dangers of the attacks, I think it was more even than it shows in the stats. They really help us. From when we got the goal, we of course had momentum, but we still wanted very much to keep the score as it is, and the defense was really good. They did a good job. And I want to talk about Hermoso. In the preseason, first of all, we didn't watch and see a lot of Hermoso in the latest years. In the preseason, when I see him, he played a lot, but he did do mistakes that could lead to goals. If he play like the thing with him is that he also steps a little bit forward and deep into the field, and sometimes he leaves a lot of space and he don't recover back as quick as he wants to do, and we need it to be. If we play like top Serie A, like Inter, Milan, or Juventus, but I mean Napoli, maybe they can really take advantage of this. And but this game, he did one or two mistakes, but he played really good. He did a really good job, and it actually, I don't want to say surprised, but we didn't see this side of him. So in my opinion, is very good, and just shows that it's gonna be a very solid side for, and he's gonna be a very good player for Gasperini, especially in this season. Svilar kept a clean sheet. He didn't had a lot of shots against him, but still a clean sheet. So I won't give him 6, maybe 6.5, 6.5. Let's talk about the midfield now. So Kone did a brilliant job. He tracked back, he came to attacks, he pressed. He did a really solid job, except the mistake. Like, no one marked him. We'll talk about Ferguson, but he gave him a really good pass, and I don't want to say that he could score an easy goal, but it's gonna be one of the most easiest goals that he could probably score, and he missed it. I don't want to say poorly, but he did miss it. Although this, in my opinion, at least, yes, a 7 of a performance. And Cristante, is, I think, one of the contenders for man of the match. When they showed the players who covered the most kilometers in the game, he was the second. The first was a Bologna player. He did, I think, 9.8 kilometers. He was really good. He defended. He came to attacks. He did a brilliant passes. In my opinion, he's a 7, of course. Angelino, he had a okay game, maybe 6, maybe a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. Sometimes he missed a lot of passes, but sometimes he did a very difficult passes, so it's kind of balanced it. So I'm gonna give overall, I think it 6.5, 6.5. Wesley, now he scored a beautiful a goal. It just show you that you don't need to score a goal, a very powerful goal, just it to be on target and very accurate, which is more down to technique. And he did that brilliantly. He is similar, kind of more of a attacking fullback or a wingback, but he really managed to defend really well when players came through him. He got the man of the match. Really good performance, 7.5, maybe. Let's talk about Sule. Now the attack. The attack was the most problematic side. Of course, we've seen this yet again. The attack is not enough. Not enough players. We really struggled in the first half. Then in the second half, we kinda scored a goal, and then we just had a momentum, but we didn't score another goal. Now in those games, everything can happen. Maybe a red card, maybe a penalty. It's not even about technique or skills. It's even just about luck. Just one goal, to be on lead in one goal is not enough, and we couldn't do that. So Matteo Sule still did dribbles, did passes. In my opinion, he's got a 6.5, yeah, of a performance. El Shaarawy. So El Shaarawy is an interesting. Actually, he played very interestingly. At the start of the game, I see him really carried out the attack. Like, I've never seen him do it in a long time. Now, I don't say that because we had a break from this area for 2 months, but I really think that he maybe a little bit played better in offense, but when the game just continued a little bit, he did kind of step back, and the momentum of the attack was lessened. But okay, he's okay. Also, he was dangerous. He did a good passes, 6.5. Now Ferguson. Ferguson was on his debut. At the start of the game, he was really hungry for a goal of a good game impression. He did had his chances, but after the start of the game, something kind of slowed, and it's like he didn't touch a lot of the ball, and it really reminded me of Dovik, and it's what I said. Like, Ferguson and Dovik are very alike. Not only the profile, but how they play are very alike strikers. And if there is a problem for Dovik, there's gonna be probably a problem from Ferguson. He did do a really good pass to Kone, as I said earlier. Like, he saw the space, and he did a beautiful, kind of cheap, kind of cross, something very good. That's what I most remember. He had an okay game, in my opinion, also 6.5. So now let's talk about Gasperini. Uh, Also for him, I think he really did a good job. In the first half, we struggled. In the second half, he probably did something said to him that should led to a goal by Wesley. So he probably did something and without any substitutions, which means he kind of maybe shifted something in the way of playing and he said something in the break. So a 7 from Gasperini, you know, he probably said something, he did the right thing, and it led to a win at the end of the day. So the man of the match, you know what? Cristante, I said 7, probably 7.5. He just did a lot of everything. In my opinion, the man of the match is Cristante. The way he ran always and covered everything, he really, we needed him, he defended. We needed him, he came and attacked and did a really good passes. So in my opinion, this game is what's Cristante's game and is the man of the match. But what do you think? Please tell me down in the comments. And bye bye. See you later.